David thinks he's in love and married to 32-year-old Maria from Texas, who he's never met. David, you're in Florida, and
Yes.
the nearest airport is Orlando.
Well, no, actually, Gainesville has a large airport.
Okay.
International.
Okay, so Gainesville. She is in Austin and or Houston,
Houston.
depending on when you talk to her. Houston?
Yes.
Okay. And you've been knowing her how long now?
Since June 6th of 2018.
Okay, so almost 2.5 years.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you don't live together,
No.
and you haven't met, but you
Never
are head
touched.
over heels in love with her, right?
Yes, sir.
And you went to Italy to meet a woman, right?
Yes.
And that's like, what, 3,000 miles or something?
Yeah. I
Okay.
don't know exactly, but it's a long way.
It's a
23-hour flight.
23-hour flights, fur piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what it costs to fly from Houston to Orlando or Gainesville?
No, not a clue. I never checked into it because we're putting all our money into getting the fees paid off so we get her inheritance.
Yeah. Well, a one-way ticket is $38.
Oh my God. I had no idea. Honestly.
I had no idea.
It's a 2.5-hour flight, and for $38, you can go see her. Round trip is $75. You can go see her for $75 round trip, or $38 just to get there. So
I had no idea, Dr. Phil.
You've been knowing
honestly.
her for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
You've been married, and for $38, you could be standing next to her in the produce aisle.
Where she works.
And
Or maybe not.
and you haven't figured that out?
No, absolutely not. I never thought of it. Every penny that we get, we put down on the
Okay,
to pay our
David,
fees. They
David,
keep
David,
coming up,
David,
though.
David, David,
Yeah.
David, David, David. Let me
I'm listening,
apologize
sir.
for interrupting you,
It's okay.
but I gotta give a common sense alert here, buddy. Come on.
What?
It costs $38 to go see the woman and daughter that you are head over heels in love with. You've heard all the love songs. There ain't no mountain high enough, and you won't spend $38 to go see Maria?
Well, Dr. Phil, I was under the impression it was going to cost a lot more than that, honestly.
Well,
Are
you
you
I don't
think
fly
you
much.
might check?
Maria and I have plans for the money that she's inherited. We're purchasing a Ferrari for Maria. She's always wanted one. It's black. It's just gorgeous. There's nothing like looking at a new car. Nothing like it. We looked at a home the other day. Marble floors, kitchen that you get lost in. The money will be coming in very, very soon. And we'll get our life started together. She's such a great woman. I think we're going to spend a whole lot of happy years together.
Now, come on. The fans, not the players. Come on. This is just you and me talking.
I realize that.
Do you really not want to know? Are you caught up in the exhilaration of it, the fun of it, and you really don't want to know? Come on. This is just you and me talking.
Well, no, yeah, sure, I'm caught up in the exhilaration and the opportunity to have a happy life. Of course, that's what everyone in the world wants. They want to be happy.
And you say you didn't want to spend the money. You've spent $25,000 and you don't want to blow $38 to go look her in the eye?
Well, I can only tell you this, Dr. Phil. I never dawned on me it's $38. And
Well, and
I
it was
just never did.
$838. That beats the hell out of 25 grand. I believe I would go check and see if this woman actually exists.
You would think.
Wouldn't you?
Sure. I do now. You brought it up. You know, I don't know what to tell you except for the truth. Everything that I've said has been the truth, and I'm honest. I'm listening.
David sends money to Maria, $1,500 a month. Gave $1,000 to fly the lawyer to Germany to let the investment company know how serious he is. Gave the lawyer $25,000 in 2.5 years, and there's a final payment due, $1,100. Yes. Don't you think you might want to pull 38 out of there and go check on her before you ship that?
Well, I'll cut into my food budget or whatever, but the $1,100 needs to go there. And actually, I'm not paying 11. She's paying 3, and I'm paying 8.
Oh,
she has a child
there you
to
go.
Take care of, doctor.
Well, you know what? I wanted
she
to
has a
save
daughter
you.
to take
I
care of.
wanted to save you $38, so I sent my people to Houston because she was good enough to give you her address. She was forthcoming enough to give you her address where she and her 5-year-old daughter live. First it was Austin, but then it turned out to be Houston. So I sent one of my producers to that specific address to just say hello and let her know that we were just involved in the situation. Here's what happened.
Hey, Dr. Phil. I'm here in Houston, Texas, and I'm gonna go investigate the address that Maria claims she lives at. Maria told David she lived on this street. The address she gave was 3872. The only problem is the house numbers on this street only go up to 3842. The address Maria gave David is non-existent. I've noticed this is a very high-priced neighborhood. Quick check on a website shows some homes costing upwards of $1.5 million. Maria says she works at a grocery store and is a struggling single mom, so it's interesting that she also says she lives on this street. Maybe Maria made a mistake when she gave David her address, but so long as I'm here, I'm gonna speak to some of the neighbors and see if they recognize this picture of Maria. I knocked on several doors in this neighborhood. No one wanted to talk on camera, but I can tell you that no one recognized the woman in this picture. It's obvious to me that this woman, Maria, does not live in this neighborhood.
And David, didn't she also tell you she lived in an apartment?
Yeah.
There are no apartments on that street. Those are all single-family dwellings, $1 million and up.
Wouldn't she have given like an apartment like A, B, or like the letter or the number if it were an actual apartment rather than just the house number?
Doesn't matter. There are no apartments on that street.
Fair enough.
It's not zoned for multifamily. It's zoned for single-family dwellings, and they're $1 million and up.
Okay.
That's a phony address.
Is that not weird to you, David?
Well, sure it is. The whole situation. You know.
Did you not check into any of this, or like before you started sending thousands of dollars to a lawyer you've never met, you didn't make sure this person was more real and tangible?
No.
You sent $1,000 for him to fly to Germany, but you didn't see if it was $100 for you to fly to her?
All right.
Well, let's call the lawyer. And
okay.
let's confirm David and Maria will have the money this week. Let's call the lawyer.
It'll be next week.
We have his number. Can we get him on the line?
We're sorry. Your call did not go through. Will you please try your call again?
Huh. Number's dead. Let's dial it again just to be sure we hit the numbers right, because everything else is sure checked out.
Where did you get that number, sir? Did I give it to you or?
Yeah.
I don't recall. Okay.
Yes, you did.
Been real busy lately. It's hard to remember everything.
Yeah.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. Please leave a message after the tone.
That's what I get sometimes.
Yeah, this is Dr. Phil in Los Angeles. Curious who I'm calling here, what law firm this is, and I'd be interested in hearing back from you. But I'll try again. Let me tell you what else we found out about Maria, just in checking on her.
May we take a break, Dr. Phil? You've sapped the life out of me here with all these things.
You know, she didn't want you talking to me, of course. Maria said, "Baby, I'm not happy about this Dr. Phil of a thing. Why will your daughter be taking us to the world? That means ABS doesn't believe me. I don't like this at all. I don't like being in all of these kind shows." So she wasn't crazy about you talking to me, which I can imagine, but let's look at what we know about her. Maria Donna Walker, date of birth 7/15/88. Yet according to our private investigator, no one with this name and date of birth currently lives in or has ever lived in the United States. Person doesn't exist. Maria's inheritance, a German-Nigerian lawyer in Austin, Texas, helping with the inheritance. Yet according to the PI, the lawyer's number is assigned to a Go Text Me, which is an untraceable virtual number. The producer called, got voicemail, general automated message, no details. David says $10 million inheritance at the Bank of Germany. Yet throughout the entire country of Germany, there is no bank by that name anywhere in Germany or anywhere in the world. It just doesn't exist. So Maria's address says she lives in an apartment in Austin, yet gave a Houston address. It's a neighborhood with houses. 3872 on that street in Houston, Texas. That address doesn't exist. The house numbers don't go that high, and there aren't any apartments on that street. So that address doesn't exist. So she doesn't exist, the bank doesn't exist, the address doesn't exist, the employment doesn't exist.
I love Maria. I believe that she's a very good Christian. She just knows who her Lord and Savior is and isn't shy to tell someone, spread the word. She knows her Bible. She prays when there is a problem with us. She says, God, helping us, Dave. He's in charge. She has love for sinner and saint. You know, that she doesn't see any difference. Well, you can't ask for more than that.
I've been talking to Shelby and her father David about his online relationship with a woman he has never met. He says he's married to her. Her name is Maria. David says that they are married and he has not been able to see her yet due to putting all their money towards their lawyer, who is arranging for a $10.6 million inheritance. Well, my team did a lot of investigating, and I'm here to report that the woman David believes is Maria does in fact exist. Those pictures are of a woman, but she is not in Texas. She is in fact in Sweden. Her name is not Maria. It's actually Angelica. Joining me virtually is Angelica. Please say hello.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, Angelica. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, but I'm feeling really sorry for David.
Well, David, you're looking at the woman that is the picture that you have had labeled as Maria. Angelica, how many people do you know that have used your photos to scam people into believing they're someone else?
3 people actually has done the same thing.
At least 3 other people have taken your picture, put someone else's name on them, made up a story, and pretended to be someone else. I'm very sorry for you that that's happened to you. David, it's got to be surreal to be looking at the person that for 2.5 years you have believed to be Maria. You're actually seeing her in live action for the first time. That's got to be surreal for you.
It's heartbreaking.
Okay, now David, look, I know this is a lot to process. It's not easy telling you all of this. Take a minute to gather yourself, because I know this is overwhelming. So you take a break, and I want to come back to you in just a minute.
Ask a question to you, sir.
Please.
Can Maria see me now? Can she hear me?
Angelica can.
Well,
Yes, my
I
name
know her
is
as Maria.
not Maria. My name is Angelica, and I live in Stockholm. And I also have a twin sister. Hi, my name is
Holy
Jessica.
mackerel.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you both for joining us. This is very helpful. As painful as it is to David, I can't tell you how much this is helpful to him. David, what'd you want to say?
Well, Dr. Phil, I'm not very often speechless. I pity Angelica. I hope she can find God and be a better person. You don't treat people like that, Angelica. Come on. I know.
No, wait a minute. Let me be sure you understand. Angelica has nothing to do with this. She hasn't been pretending to be Maria. There is
Oh, Lord.
There is a very likely a Nigerian man, probably in his late teens or early 20s, that has stolen their identity, and that's who you've been talking to.
I understand now. Okay.
Angelica and her sister have social media accounts, and these pirates, most likely Nigerians, have stolen their pictures and pretended to be them. You're probably talking to a 20-something-year-old Nigerian man. That's who has pretended to be Maria using their pictures.
Okay. Well, first of all, Angelica, I'm sorry. You know, you're still pretty, and I still like you. You know, both of you.
Thank you. We feel really sorry for you, David. And we also
okay.
feel sorry for Shelby, your daughter.
Yeah. Wow. Well, you want to get married? I like Angelica name too.
Oh no.
Angelica and Jessica have nothing to do with this scam. They are victims just like you are. They've
God
had their
bless.
identity stolen, and you've had your money stolen and your heart. The 3 of you are victims, just as is your daughter Shelby. Everyone on screen here are victims. They've had nothing to do with this other than to have their identity stolen. I want to be very clear about that.
Yes, sir. God bless y'all. You know, the world, there's crap people in it. You're not one of them. You're just doing the best you can do to be happy like anyone else.
We just wanted you to know the truth.
I know, and I appreciate that. You know, God sees what they do, and they see what you do. You're not a bad guy. You're not the bad guy, you know? You've been taken advantage of just as well as I have. So, you know, live and learn, I guess. Boy, it's a hard lesson.
David, you have a daughter here that you've not been close to, and she
That's a saving
obviously cares an awful lot about you, because she went to
her.
all of this trouble to protect you, and I hope
That's so smart.
I hope this can be a real springboard for the 2 of you to start to rebuild your relationship. All the time and effort and energy that you've put into this fictitious relationship, hopefully you can you can invest that energy into a relationship, rebuilding a relationship with your daughter Shelby, because I think you owe her a great big thank you and a great debt of gratitude for saving you from getting deeper and deeper into this and getting you out of this before it got any further. She cared enough about you to go to all of this trouble. And God bless you, Shelby, for caring
Thank
enough
you.
to do this.
Of course. He deserves the truth.
And
And you deserve my love, and you have it. You are something, girl. You blow me away. Thank you from the heart. You know I mean it. Thank you.
And-
Yeah, this is a completely different side of you that I haven't seen in many years.
And
I
David,
got $38 to get to where you're at.
well, David, I know that this is
Yes, sir.
difficult to hear, but let Shelby be there for you. And listen, I take no pleasure in telling you this other than that it gets you out of it. And you will mourn this relationship because you believed it was real and it will be a void in your life. Let Shelby fill that for you and let her help you with that. And Shelby, if you believe that your dad needs some help with this professionally, you let us know and we'll make arrangements for that as well, okay?
I do, sir. I do.
Well,
I need help
listen,
I need to learn how to be a good father.
so I'll set you up 10 sessions right away with a therapist with Doctor on Demand, which is a company that we actually founded and in our family, and we can set you up for some help there, and we'll do that right away. And again, Angelica, Jessica, I'm very sorry that you've been victimized in this way, and thank y'all for caring enough. I thank you, Shelby thanks you, David.
And you.
I'm not sure how my father was feeling after the show. I expected him to not be great.
Really crushed. Just heartbroken. It's been a long time since I've had hate in my heart. I've been pouring my heart out to some loser in Nigeria, being scammed, believing every word of it. I can't believe that they were able to just sit there on that phone waiting for a call so they can me. It's devastating.
I really do feel bad for Angelica. I think it was helpful for my father to see the true identity behind the photos.
The girls were taken advantage of as well. Their pictures were used to scam me. I'm in a daze. It's hard to think clearly right now.
I think my father learned his lesson. Sadly, he may fall for this again.
I'm not sending more money. Come on, man. I mean, I'm a putz, but I'm not totally brain dead. I feel my heart was in the right place. I was naive, but I was doing the right thing. I went to the food bank when I was out of money so they can live La Vida Loca. Dr. Phil and her team, no matter how heartbreaking and tragic it is, did what Shelby asked them to do. He left no stone unturned. He checked everything that you could think of to prove that this was a scam.
I'm very thankful for Dr. Phil's team and their help. This has really helped my father to see the reality and bring him back.
I can't change it. I can just learn from it. I have to do a lot of rebuilding and start over again. But you know what? It isn't the first time I've started over.
I'm glad that is out of the way so that he and I can focus on our relationship now and hope to move forward.
The bottom line is I have a closer relationship with my daughter. When I do get to see Shelby, I simply want to smile at her and tell her I love her with all my heart. And I respect her, bottom line.